Strength exercises that train all major muscle groups are more efficient for burning calories and for strength development, and the dumbbell clean, which is a variation of one of the Olympic style lifts, the clean, does just that. I'm going to introduce you to some of the benefits of the dumbbell clean and the dumbbell power clean. I'm going to walk you through a progression on learning these lifts, and I'm also going to discuss some of the primary muscle groups that are trained. I'm Dr. Elise Brown. I'm a scientist who studies how exercise helps to prevent and slow the progression of diabetes. I have extensive experience with the Olympic style lifts as I competed in the sport of weightlifting for about 6 years. I trained for 2.5 years at USA Weightlifting's High Performance and Development Center at Louisiana State University in Shreveport, and I competed at the national level in the American Open as well as competing in Scotland for a few years while I was living there. When you hear the terms power clean or power snatch, the word power in this context, it's only referring to where you catch the lift. So in a dumbbell power clean, once you catch the dumbbells on your shoulders, if your hips are above the knees at that point, it's considered a power clean or a dumbbell power clean. If you catch the dumbbells in that position where the hips are below the knees, that's considered a dumbbell clean. Both of these variations of the clean train for muscular power, which essentially means it's a combination of strength and speed. They help you to get better at moving heavy things quickly, as these movements are meant to be done very explosively or done in a fast manner. These are multi-joint full body exercises, which means we're going to be burning more calories and there's going to be opportunity for more strength development in a single exercise. Since we're holding a dumbbell in each hand and we're moving each arm independently, this can help to correct for any muscle imbalances, and it also recruits more stabilizers. This exercise might also be easier to do at home since you're using dumbbells rather than a barbell, unless you've got a really nice home gym. Since the Olympic style lifts are very complex, it can be beneficial to learn the lifts from different positions and just breaking this large complex task into smaller tasks. We're going to start off with a position from the thigh, as this position is going to be easier to learn the shrug phase of the lift as well as the foot movement. Think about the Olympic style lifts as jumping with weights. Heels under the hips, a dumbbell in each hand hanging by your sides with palms facing the body, and look straight ahead with your eyes fixed on a non-moving object like a spot on the wall. You're going to jump straight up in the air while shrugging your shoulders. Arms are then going to pull the dumbbells upward along the rib cage by bending the elbows, and then catch the lift by racking the dumbbells on your shoulders. Upper arms should be parallel to the ground in this position. Your feet are actually going to come off the ground as you jump up, and then they're going to slightly shuffle outward. Stand straight up with knees and hips fully extended. Reset your foot position after each lift. Practice catching the dumbbells with the hips above parallel to the ground. Ride it down into a front squat and then stand back up. And once you get comfortable with that, start practicing catching the dumbbells with your thighs below parallel to the ground. Let's break down some of the primary movers or primary muscle groups involved in this phase of the lift. The shrug part of the clean is elevating the scapula. This is considered a vertical pull. And some of the primary movers are the upper fibers of the trapezius, levator scapula, and rhomboids. Related to the jumping aspect of the lift, the ankles are performing plantar flexion, and the gastrocnemius is a primary mover. If you catch the lift below parallel, you're essentially performing the upward phase of a dumbbell front squat, which is a knee movement training the quadriceps. Remember to turn on the notification bell so that you're one of the first to know when my next video comes out. Once you've gotten comfortable and a good feel for the shrug phase of the lift, for the foot movement and shuffling those feet outward, and also catching the dumbbells in different positions, then we can move on to learning the lift from the floor. And it's essentially starting from a dumbbell deadlift position. If you're new to the deadlift, I always think it's a good idea to first learn the Romanian deadlift, and I've got a link to a video about this lift right here. I've also included a link to my exercise instruction playlist down in the description. Heels under the hips, bend at the hips until the handles of the dumbbells are just below the knees, and then start to bend your knees until the dumbbells are at about mid-shin. Your shoulders should be just in front of the dumbbells. Keep a flat back, chest up, abs braced. As you start to stand up, your arms should stay straight as your knees and hips open up. And then you'll move into the jump shrug like we practiced earlier, and the dumbbell should land on the front of your shoulders. This starting position from the floor involves more joint movements, which means more primary movers are going to be involved. As you start to pull the dumbbells off the floor, there's quite a bit of hip extension occurring, meaning an opening of the hips. Some of the primary movers for this phase of the lift are going to be the glutes and the hamstrings, and the trunk muscles, particularly the erector spinae and rectus abdominis, are staying isometrically contracted, meaning they're activated to maintain that flat back position, but they're not actually causing movement. Make sure that you're starting off practicing these movements with a moderate intensity weight, and once you start to develop a bit of mastery of the technique, you're feeling more comfortable with it, then it's safe to start progressing to heavier weights or a heavier intensity. Good luck learning these variations of the clean, and thank you for watching.